Again, we are, of course, prohibited by law in this country from harassing people. This is very right and proper, and I'm sure that we are most of us grateful that such provisions are made in the Public Order Act. But what about the idea of harassing a religion? Should it be against the law to harass Christianity or Judaism or, more to the point, Islam? On the face of it, this sounds utterly absurd. An individual can certainly be harassed or stalked, but can you harass or stalk an entire religion? Apparently you can, because the man called Hamid Fuskan is currently on bail charged with, and I quote, intent to cause against religious institution of Islam harassment, alarm or distress. Can you really cause distress to a religion? Can you alarm a religion? Could I really alarm Buddhism or cause distress to the Church of England? This is so manifestly ridiculous that you would have thought that somebody in the judicial system would have spotted it when the charges were first laid a couple of months ago and called a halt to the proceedings at once. Can anybody really imagine a man being charged in Britain with alarming Christianity or distressing Catholicism? Of course not. But this is simply an attempt to introduce a blasphemy law, one which covers only Islam. The man charged with this offence certainly behaved in such a way as to cause a breach of the peace. He burned a copy of the Quran outside the Turkish embassy in London and was then attacked by a mad Muslim who hacked at him with a knife. Like most people, I fancy, I am not at all in favour of foreigners fighting in this way on the streets of the capital, and burning the Quran was certainly likely to provoke trouble. It was an awful act in any case. However, there are plenty of laws to cover people that engage in behaviour likely to cause a breach of the peace. You don't have to mention any particular religion to charge someone with that. Putting a stop to people creating trouble in public is one thing. Making it illegal to alarm a religion is another matter. I almost feel tempted to see if I can cause distress to Islam myself, or to alarm it. I feel that I have a perfect right to do so, just as I should be allowed to alarm Christianity or any other religion if I feel like it. Anybody who fails to find this a very disturbing development has probably not thought through the implications of the charge made here. Because if once we accept that it is possible to cause distress to a religion, then a lot more than burning a copy of some supposedly holy book will be brought into the picture. What about criticism of Muhammad or displaying cartoons of him? Might that distress Islam? Suppose I describe it as an abhorrent or false faith. Is that liable to alarm Islam? Not that I would do either of those things, of course, but there are plenty of people who actively dislike the religion, just as there are a lot of folk who are opposed to Christianity. We are at the top of a very slippery slope here, and if we're not careful, then we are apt to find our society moving in altogether the wrong direction.